Hi gang, this is Mike G from Mr. GTV and MrMikeGone.com. Come with me on a journey. You're now looking out of my front windscreen at Upper Colwyn Bay Heights in North Wales. You might or might not be able to see the wind farm in the distance. Those wind farms are a complete joke in my opinion. They can't store energy. They basically don't hold energy, they supply to the grid, and the energy is charged to us through a company called Octopus, I believe, at the same rate as standard energy. So they're not saving anything, they're not contributing anything, and they cost a fortune. They've not got a good carbon footprint if you actually do the research. And they're not maintained in this country apparently. If something goes wrong, they have to go back to where they were made. So you probably find that the company themselves will disagree with all those comments, but do your own research. They don't help a thing. They should be able to store energy, and then if they get a power cut or all this business about save the grid, save electricity, they should be accumulating and beneficial, but they're not. And that's not a moan, it's just an absolute fact. And there's so many things that we're being told at the moment, same as electric cars, don't work, fire hazard, not really usable. People are using them, but you couldn't charge your car up and go to London and back. And the lithium batteries are a nightmare, expensive to replace, not efficient. They haven't got the technology right yet, and yet we're being told that we've got to go electric motor vehicles at a time when, again, they're talking about power cuts and electricity prices going up. It's beyond laughable, really. Just coming on Station Road now towards the Promenade, North Wales Promenade, and this is Marine Road now going over Princess Drive, which will mean absolutely nothing to you. But so the reason that you don't often hear me talking like this, it would sound that I'm on a rant or that I'm moaning, but it's not. It's observations, it's witnessing and commenting. And you're not allowed to comment now. If you say this stuff, you become unpopular, you become deleted, you're fact checked. That's just to maintain the dialogue, keep the conversation in one direction only, which is to support the agenda. But doesn't make sense. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense in education, in health, in industry, in finance, in society. Things are changing. And last night I did Ask Mike Monday, which is where you ask a question and then I give my best considered advice, answer, not saying I'm right, just for your consideration, and then it becomes an open discussion actually in the live, and it continues with the replay that's posted to the Mr. GTV Facebook page. So you can catch that on YouTube, Mr. GTV, or if you really want to interact, I recommend that you go to the Facebook page. And there's so many people these days that are in the truth movement and activists and interested in the green agenda or not, interested in the political agenda or not, and they're not supporting Facebook anymore because they've been deleted or silenced or controlled or manipulated, or they just don't like the Facebook experience with Zuckerberg and what's going on there politically. But I mean, all these elites, these millionaires are controlling the agenda. You've got Elon Musk now, super rich guy, controlling the narrative on Twitter. And then we've got this Meta, haven't we? I mean, it's a changing world, isn't it? So we do need a forum to talk. So Mr. GTV is offering that Ask Mike Monday. But at any time that you want to discuss something, call me for a chat, because I'm here for that. And talk to each other, guys, in the group. We've got about 600 now. That's growing. We must have loads of questions. And everybody's wanting answers. And the thing is, in my opinion, you create your own reality. Look at all these over on the right hand side there, more wind farms out at sea. And we've got wind farms on the land as well, haven't we, you know? And you've got to ask yourself, who's benefiting from it? Because we don't seem to have any benefit, but all I can tell you is that with the petrol prices increasing, it's not the public that are benefiting, but the oil companies are making millions, exceeding the profits every year, trebling the profits. And the people who have invested in these wind farms and other things that we're told are to save the planet are making a lot of people rich, but it's not you and me. But I don't actually calculate how rich I am by my bank balance, even though I'm safe and secure financially. I've never sought riches, and I prefer lifestyle. I prefer peace of mind, health and energy, loving relationships. And yes, I like my stuff, but I've not always had stuff. And I value what I've got, and I'm very grateful for what I've got. And I feel that at the moment, with what's going on in the world, we really do need to value what we've got and recycle what we've got and maybe minimalise what we've got and get back to basics, which are relationships. I think you're rich if you've got loving relationships and you've got respect and you're valued and you're on a mission. That if you can serve a purpose that's greater than just yourself, I believe that's priceless. So Ask Mike Monday was really good last night. Thanks guys for joining in. I've got a healing circle coming up on the 11th of November, which is the 11th of the 11th, and it's 11 PM. I made a video about that you can catch on YouTube or Mr. GTV. But the healing circles are empowerment circles, and they're free. It's all free on Mr. GTV, unless I do a pay-for-use workshop. But there's lots of courses that I'm offering on Mr. GTV: lucid dreaming, colour therapy, meditation, psychic development, personal development, health training we're doing during November. Probably start that on Monday. Shifting your DNA, shifting your molecular structure, using energy and thought. That's powerful. But the healing circles are all about energy healing, and focusing your mind on wellness and vitality, and making sure that your genetics work for you and not against you, because you're not a frozen sculpture. You can actually shift your DNA, you can change your health, you can boost your metabolism, you can restore your immunity, you can detoxify yourself, you can revitalise yourself, you can energise yourself, you can balance yourself, you can basically heal yourself using your psychology, because it goes from psychology to physiology to biology, that we're alchemists. And a lot of this knowledge has been hidden from us because there's an industry that we're supposed to support to keep us well. Won't go into that because I don't want to be deleted, but you know what I'm talking about. Health is a big issue at the moment, isn't it? You know, we've got, well, we're being told again through mainstream media spuriously that we've got a global crisis. But I think we take personal responsibility for that. If we all took personal responsibilities for our own well-being, then we wouldn't have a global crisis. The only people who are in crisis are the people who are, in my opinion, not taking responsibility for themselves, handing over the responsibility to somebody else who's telling you what you need to do. And we're moving away from independence. I mean, many years ago, decades, maybe centuries ago, we knew what was good for us. We looked after ourselves, we were responsible, which means able to respond. We knew what to do and what not to do in winter. We knew what to do, what not to do in summer. We knew what to do and what not to do if we had an injury or a disease, or we were afflicted by something, sickness. Now we have to go through so many call centres to get advice from people who are these people? What's their agenda in the advice they give us? Won't go into that, but when we take responsibility for ourselves and we step up and we live intuitively, we've managed to get to 2022, 2022 years after Christ walked on the world, on the planet, we're told, and we're still here, thriving, growing, evolving. We've got an intelligent body. We don't really want to be messing about with that too much, in my opinion. In fact, the more we leave it alone, the more it looks after itself. It's only when we misuse our bodies and minds and emotions that things go wrong. Left alone, we do perfectly well. So a lot of these interventions, I'll use that word, interventions, aren't helpful. And in my opinion, they're damaging, but that's just my opinion. But your psychology and your neurology, in 1/600,000th of a second, changes your body chemistry. That you can literally make yourself sick to death by worrying and going into stress and tension and fear. So don't do that, guys. There's a perception deception going on at the moment, and if you change your mind and look for the good and expect the best, your life changes instantly, and so does your health and your personality. So on this day, driving round, see on my left hand side now, get out and get some fresh air. And if you're unable to do that, open a window and get some fresh air, do some stretching. If you're unable to do that, visualize that you're doing it. Visualize yourself being well. Visualize yourself being healthy and vital. Visualize yourself being happy, being confident, being safe. Think about what you want, keep your mind off what you fear, and constantly witness your thinking. And if there's anything that I can help you with, well, you know where I am. You can contact me on any of the contact details where you're viewing this presentation, and you can talk to me now. So keep your eyes open for the next Ask Mike Monday on Mr. GTV. Check in, like and subscribe, tell your friends. It's a powerful platform, and we're growing from strength to strength. And then join me on the 11th for the Healing Circle. That's 1111, that's the angel number. It's also Remembrance Day, lest we forget. And we're going to enjoy it 11 o'clock on that day. Quite late, but you can watch the replay. There's nothing better than taking part in the energy circle and connecting to the vibration in the moment. And if you miss it, unable to attend, or you've just watch this presentation and it's gone past the 11th of November 2022, then just go to Mr. GTV, go to topics and put in hashtag Healing Circle. Just check all the hashtags. There's lots of fascinating stuff. We've had the group for just over a year now and it's all there for you. Be powerful, guys. Enjoy your mind, take control, step into your power. Enjoy your mind.